What's up, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader here in Beverly Hills for the next 4 days before I go to Turkey, Israel, Japan, and Bali. I have a crazy life. I'm literally filming right here. I'm filming a whole bunch of video lessons for the next few days. But I wanted to rant because there's a lot of stuff happening in 2019 that was not happening in 2018, 2017. It's time to update you. I think I've done some previous rants in previous years. Click some links below. We'll post some of my previous rants so that you can see how the market changes a little bit. This is not an exact science. You're gonna have to adapt to different market conditions. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a successful stock trader, you can't just memorize one pattern or even 2 or 3. I do have 3 main patterns. Actually, click a link below if you want a free webinar on those 3 patterns, but understand that they change slightly. So it's more important for you to understand how they work, why they work, than just memorizing the straight up pattern. Or you can ignore me, and many newbies do, and then you'll probably lose a lot, but your attitude will probably be better. So whatever works, whether you can follow my instructions or you learn the hard way, the market's gonna teach you or I'm gonna teach you. Either way, you're gonna learn. But in 2019, especially right now, what day are we filming? What is this? October 1st? This is October 1st, 2019. We have not had a hot sector really, I don't know, it's been a few months. We had the weed sector before, we had CBD, we had cryptocurrency, we had Bitcoin, we had China, we had shipping, we had police equipment stocks, we had Ebola, we had technology, we had biotech, we had nanotech. There were a lot of hot sectors in the previous few years. This year, not so much. The good news is there's still money to be made. I've still made 6 figures this year, just like I've done pretty much every single year for the past 20 plus years. So what am I doing to actually make money right now? Well, I just gave my annual conference. Was not even going to trade, for example. I was talking about how there's no hot sector, no overarching trend, and yet 3 days, I had this conference. I was not going to trade. Everyone was kind of disappointed. People have traveled, from all over the world. Some people came from India, Ghana, Nicaragua. There was somebody there from South Africa. One girl from Singapore, one girl from Australia. That was kind of cool. So literally people are traveling all over the world for this conference, and I'm not making a trade. And I'm supposed to be this stock trader millionaire. What am I trying to hide? Am I a coward? Am I a fraud? What's going on? I felt people judging me. I felt their judgy eyes on me, but I'm not going to force a bad trade. Last hour of the trading day, literally half my team had already left. Like a third, maybe a quarter of the conference had already left. They're like, there's no trades. This sucks. They think that it's a bad thing. I told people, and I've been saying this since day one, everyone who thinks that it's bad when there's no great trade, you're wrong. It gives you more time to study. When there's no great trade, you can study the past. I now have 6,000 video lessons. I have DVDs. I have webinars. You should be studying that. All I am is a glorified stock market history teacher. But the good news is if you study the past, you're better prepared for the future. So study up, but be ready for a trade. And as I said in the conference, and as I say often, and as is reality, if there was a perfect trade today or tomorrow, the vast majority of my non-students would be unprepared. Even the vast majority of my students would be unprepared. That's the sad truth. So my whole job is trying to prepare you. And in the last hour of my conference, one stock popped up, Dan Bilzerian's weed company, ticker symbol BILZF. He had posted about it on his Instagram story. For those of you not familiar with Instagram, you have like your posts and then you have your story. The story blew up, basically killed Snapchat. It's been a big hit. Your story, you can update. It stays up for 24 hours. So around 3 p.m. Eastern, Dan Bilzerian posted in his story the ticker to his weed company, and it's a US traded stock. He actually tweeted about it 3 days prior. I've been following this company for a while just because Dan has built, such a big online following. It always pays to, follow people who are successful in their brands and in life. I like Dan's content too. I know it's controversial, but I was watching this stock. It wasn't trading very much. It wasn't moving very much. When he posted on his Instagram story, it started moving. The stock, I think, had already spiked 15% when I bought it. But I said, you know what? With this Instagram story and with the stock market closing at 4 p.m., guess what? That's an informational inefficiency. So going back to the beginning of this video where I said there's no hot trend. There's no China, there's no nanotech, there's no Y2K, there's no war, hopefully, knock on wood. We don't know what's really happening with the world right now, so everyone's just kind of like picking and choosing. The stock market is still up 20% on the year because it was down in 2018, but there's no overarching hot trend. Informational inefficiencies are your best bet. Leave some comments underneath this video. Say, I love informational inefficiencies. 4 words that are going to change your life, because that's why I am rich. I have taken advantage of these informational inefficiencies. And unlike my students, unlike my non-students, I am prepared to capitalize on these informational inefficiencies. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. Click a link below too. We're going to have a little video or a link that includes my book, my best-selling book, An American Hedge Fund. You can buy it on Amazon for $20, or you can get it for free using this link that my team is going to hopefully put 50-50. Sometimes the team forgets to put the links, and then I yell at them, and then I come down on them like the Hebrew hammer that I am. Pascal, am I right?
Yes.
Right? We're going to try to post the link. Read this book, it's free. My first informational inefficiency 6-figure day happened when I was just a freshman in college. I made $123,000 from my dorm room. You can learn about that, or guess what? The same pattern still works. So with Dan Bilzerian's weed stock, with his following, with Instagram happening at around 3:05 p.m., the US stock market closes at 4 p.m. Eastern, his story was only up for 1 hour. The vast majority of his following is not going to be meticulous. They're not going to see the stock right away. They're not going to get right on top of things. That creates an informational inefficiency. That's what I'm talking about. Most of the people are seeing his story at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern. Midnight, 1 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern. All of those hours, they're seeing this story and they cannot do anything about it because the U.S. stock market is closed. That's an inefficiency. This is what I loved. And I saw all of this ahead of time, so I bought the stock at $1.30. It closed at around $1.40, $1.44 a share. It's a penny stock. It's a small company. But I figured that when his following would see his, story, they would theoretically want to buy it because they believe in him. He has such a massive following. He's earned that. Guess what? I thought that it could go to maybe 150, maybe 160, right? So if I buy it at 130, sell it at 160, I'm a happy guy. That's all I need. I thought I had 9,000 shares. It turned out I had 7,000 shares. I didn't even get my full execution. But if you can make 30 cents a share on a 7,000 share position, that's roughly $2,000. As I say, $2,000 a day keeps a real job away. So it fit my strategy perfectly. I was right more than I even realized. The very next day, the stock gapped up to $2 a share. So I was up 70 cents. It wasn't easy to get executed right at the open. I sold pretty much around $1.90 a share. So I made, $1.90 minus $1.30 is 60 cents a share. I had 7,000 shares, so I made roughly $4,000 overnight. Pretty good trade. That's not the end of it though. In the next 15 to 20 minutes, all of Dan's following, all of the buy orders came in. The market makers took advantage, as they often do. And the stock in 6 minutes went from $2 to $4 a share. The value of his company doubled in 6 minutes. Long story short, the stock freaking doubled. Think about that. I had already sold, I had made my $4,000. I made 40% overnight, but the stock went up even more to hit nearly $4 a share. And remember, I was in at $1.30. So the stock basically tripled from my buy. This was an informational inefficiency. And if I could go back in time, I would take a bigger position. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have waited for it to happen the last hour of my annual conference. It would have been the first hour. So I could have, bragged about it the whole time. It happened at not a great time, but I was prepared. And that's why I make videos like this. I want to inspire you with these amazing views because I'm from a small town in Connecticut, but I also want to show you example after example after example after example why penny stocks that the whole world hates can actually be good if you think about them properly. Now, I'm not saying Dan Bilzerian's weed company is going to go to $200 a share. I'm not saying it's the next, Microsoft. I'm looking at a very specific instance where there's a high degree of predictability that the stock can go higher. And in fact, I underestimated it. Going back to chapter 6 of my best-selling book, An American Hedge Fund, which has links right under this. You can click the link. It'll say best-selling book, An American Hedge Fund. I'm giving it to you for free, so you have no excuse not to learn. You could be homeless and freaking go to McDonald's and still read it as you eat the new vegan burger. I guess they're trying out some vegan options now too. Congratulations. Whatever you can do, study up, prepare. Because chapter 6, when I made $123,000 in one day, it's the same informational inefficiency. Back in the year 2000, when I had not even made my first million, I actually had made, at that time it was I think February 2000, I had made roughly like $200,000, $300,000 total in my life. And back then I didn't know what I know now, so I would use a big portion of my account in every trade. Don't do that. Any one trade can fail. Don't bet too big. But back then I would use roughly 75% of my account. I bought this stock that was up from 5 to 17 in the week. Illinois Superconductor, the ticker was ISCO. They claimed that they could make cell phones less fuzzy. Back then, we had problems where like cell phones were fuzzy. The reception wasn't good. Do you remember that, Pascal?
I do remember.
Right? They claimed that their technology could make cell phones less fuzzy. They failed. The whole company eventually went out of business. But it didn't matter. On that Friday, they put out a press release saying that they were going to be on TV that Sunday. Guess what? That creates an informational inefficiency. That's what I want you to learn to love. They said that they were going to be on TV on Sunday. In the press release, they said they had already been interviewed. So theoretically, they know what they said to the interviewer. Theoretically, it was positive, especially back then. There weren't really exposés back in 99 and 2000. Those didn't come until 2001, 2002. Everyone just wants to be a part of a new technology. It's exciting. That's what the media likes. Understanding what the media does for clicks is part of this too. So back then, they're gonna be on TV on Sunday. They announce it on Friday when the stock market is open. Guess what all of those people who saw this company on Sunday would want to do? If they could theoretically get rid of the fuzziness on cell phones, and back then cell phones were just starting, it was like the hot new technology of the year, they would want to buy the stock. But because the TV interview was on Sunday, that's when the US stock market is closed, their buy orders would not go through until Monday. No different than if you're waiting in line for a new iPhone. Now you can like pre-order and you can get it delivered, but before you could pre-order iPhones, you would have to stand in line at stores, okay? Like, or a new Star Wars movie, right? Like everyone camps out, they're all wearing their freaking stormtroopers outfits, and they're waiting in line for Star Wars or for iPhones. It's the same kind of thing with these stocks, and that is what I'm counting on. On that Monday, I bought the stock at 17 on Friday. I thought that it would gap up maybe to 20. I had 10,000 shares. I thought I could make 30,000. At the time, 30,000 would have been my biggest profit ever, okay? So that's all I wanted. But the stock did not gap up to 30. Back then, there was no pre-market trading. The stock actually gapped up and spiked to 29. I sold my 10,000 shares as quickly as I could. I made $123,000 in one day. As a freshman in college, I was so thin, I had 3 fake IDs taken away from me, I couldn't even drink beer. I was like this puny little freshman. I was downloading illegal movies on Merc. I'm sitting in my freaking college freshman dorm and I make 123 grand in a day. And it gets even better. Just like with Dan Bilzerian's weed company, which doubled within 15 minutes of me selling, that stock actually nearly doubled over the next day. So I was so worried about locking in my 123,000, I could have made over 200,000 if I had just waited and chilled. But you never know, this was my biggest gain ever. Almost all of my biggest gains, I've played it too safe. And this is why I teach. A lot of people say, well, why do you even teach? If you just, are so good at the stock market and you make these big gains, why even teach? If you notice, back in 2000, I made 100 grand in a day. Now I'm only making 4 grand in a day. What's going on? I trade with a small account and I actually donate all of my trading profits these days to my charity, the Timothy Sykes Foundation. It's my honor to teach the process. I want you to learn to love informational inefficiencies. It's not about me anymore. I've been to over 100 countries. I've been on the Larry King Show. I've been on Steve Harvey. I've met all the biggest celebrities in the world. I have had a fantastic life. And probably most importantly, I'm able to take care of my family, which is one of the things that I'm proudest of. but I'm more excited to help you. You watching this, you watching a freaking random YouTube video that could theoretically change your life if you take this seriously. So, whether it's you or somebody else, maybe you're not in a position for trading. Maybe you're dead broke and you are going to McDonald's and bumming on the homeless, Wi-Fi situation or Starbucks or something like that. That happens. At least you can study and save up. A lot of homeless people can make a lot of money. Put some mud on your face, get grungy, beg, play the part. Watch some YouTube videos about dramatic character acting. Play the muddy, greasy homeless person, but nice, don't be violent. Just beg, and you could probably make enough money to get into penny stocks. Maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years. And while you're begging, guess what? You can also be studying. This is why I put this on YouTube. I don't just put all my videos on Profitly, which is my premium site. I like thinking about who I can reach. There is probably some bum watching this, whether you're in some crappy city like Detroit, I'm sorry, but it is, or if you're in Thailand, or if you're in South America, or if you're in the middle of getting mugged in Bangkok, and at least, maybe one of your muggers has he's watching YouTube, but then he decided to steal your gold watch or something. I don't know where you're gonna see this video, but please take this seriously because these informational inefficiencies can happen at any time. I'm just giving you 2 examples. Just a few weeks ago, there was another informational inefficiency. I call it the first Green Day pattern. This is one of the patterns. Again, if you click the link below, you can watch my webinar with the 3 patterns. I'm giving you some homework. So even when you're at Starbucks, even when you're at McDonald's trying to eat the crappy vegan burger because it probably sucks or bumming the free Wi-Fi, maybe you can actually read my free online book or watch this free webinar or just continue watching my free YouTube videos. I'm giving you so many chances to learn. All you have to do is use your brain. Okay? It doesn't even matter. Maybe you're in a mental hospital and you don't even have a full brain anymore. But at least maybe if you're in a mental hospital, you're a little psychotic, maybe you're good with patterns. Maybe it's like a beautiful mind and you have some crazy wall connecting everything. I'm giving you that, okay? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a beautiful mind, right? Maybe that's based on me. Maybe I'm my own imaginary friend. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that this informational inefficiency exists again and again and again, and I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because not enough people are taking advantage of it. I have 5 millionaire students. Do you know how many videos I've done about this one freaking pattern? Do you know? No, you don't know because you're not watching. That's the sad reality. I have thousands of students all over the world. The vast majority of them just want hot stock picks. I meet some of you guys in person. You're like, yeah, I've seen a few of your videos. Just be honest with me, Tim. What's the next hot stock pick? No! No! Do not think like that. Think about when the next informational inefficiency is going to pop up. I know it's not a sexy term, but that's what it is. You can profit when other people are lazy. You don't have to just be the only lazy person anymore. I know you probably are. I know you're probably tuning out. You're like, this guy's a madman. Let me go play Fortnite and waste my life away. Let me go watch Netflix and watch my freaking life disappear before my eyes, but at least I'll be entertained by Bandersnatch and I'll pick different endings of a movie so I feel a little more in control of my crappy life. Be better than that, okay? You do not have to waste your life. I can give you the life that you've always dreamed of if you just study a little bit. As I've mentioned, I gave you a free book. I gave you a free webinar. I have over 1,000 free YouTube videos. I don't know when the next informational inefficiency is going to happen. I don't know where you're based. I don't know if you have any money. I don't know anything. All I know is that I've been doing this for over 20 years. I don't win every single time. Sometimes I go in thinking that there's an informational inefficiency and it doesn't work out. So what? I cut losses quickly. Rule number 1. I have lots of little losses. I actually lose around 1/3 of the time. Did you know that? Oh, surprise! I'm real. But my losses are 1, 2, 3, 4%. My gains are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. If your gains are bigger than your losses, you inevitably get rich over time. Even if you want to give away millions of dollars to charity, like I somehow like doing, because now it makes me feel more meaningful, because I've been screaming at the top of my lungs now for 10 plus years teaching people, and I only have, 5 millionaire students, probably, 1,000 or 2 students who truly get it. That's it. I want to have more meaning in my life. You should want to have more meaning in your own life. I teach, I make crazy videos, I build schools all over the world. I have 54 schools right now around the world, but my goal is 1,000 schools. My goal is also 1,000 millionaires. I only have 5 millionaires. You need to help me achieve my goals, and I'm going to help you get there. Wouldn't it be nice if you're watching this and this video, this freaking crazy, insane video, is the start of your journey? It could happen. Crazier things have happened. Whatever I can do to get you studying, okay? This is just one pattern, and this is just a few examples. There's more to it. There's nuances. There's subtleties. Anybody who says becoming a millionaire is easy is lying. It's not easy. It's going to be a lot of hard work, and I have a lot of video lessons, DVDs, and webinars. But you have a process now. You have someone where it's in my own best interest to help you. It's in my own best interest to make you as successful as possible. This is why I trade with a small account. This is why I donate all my trading profits to charity. I don't do it for the thrill of trading anymore. Back when I made that first $100,000 in one day, you damn right, I went around the quad in my college screaming out. You think I'm crazy right now? I was even crazier. No, I'm crazier now. My bad. I'm not always right, okay? But I was pretty crazy back then. Now I'm just even crazier. Because it blows my mind that this stuff still happens. The vast majority of the world hates on penny stocks. The vast majority of the world thinks that I'm a scam because they think that I'm like Jordan Belfort. I am not. I'm not saying any of these companies are good. In fact, most companies tank. 99.9% of the stocks that I play go bankrupt in the end. But that's good. The good news is you don't have to fall for their BS. You don't have to believe in their story. Just expect the worst out of all of them and you'll never be disappointed. It's a cynical way of looking at it, but it's true and it's statistically proven. For you, for me, all we can do is take advantage of these informational inefficiencies. If you get nothing else from this entire long rant, this is one thing that I want you to see, because these will happen whether it's 20 years ago or, it's happened pretty much every single year. My guess is, these are a few of the best informational inefficiency examples, but my guess is it's probably happened maybe 400 or 500 times over the past 20 years. Any single one of them can make you 20, 30, 40, 50% on your money. And most people on Wall Street, if you make that in a year, that's good. I'm talking about overnight. And I know it sounds too good to be true. I know it sounds crazy, but I show you every single trade that I've done for over 20 plus years. Click some links below. I'm going to include my tax returns. I'm going to include my audits. I'm going to include some of my stories of my students. I'm making Pascal take notes right now. He's like, oh my God, there's so many links. I'm going to quiz him afterwards, and he's going to fail that quiz because he's probably going to forget some of these links. I don't care. I want you to see that I'm real. I want you to see that I am so dedicated to showing you every single thing that I've learned over the past 20 years. I never had a mentor. Oh, I didn't mention that. I never had a teacher. No one taught me this, okay? I learned this all the hard way on my own. I was in my high school trading from my computer lab while skipping class saying I was in the bathroom, but I was really on the freaking computers. And it was dial-up internet. Dial-up internet. There were 12 different computers. I had to click just to load one web page on one computer. It would take 4 to 5 minutes, so I would use the other one. So I had like the first multi-screen monitor in my freaking high school library. And I made friends with a librarian who died a few years later of a heart attack. That's my story. You have it easier, okay? You have me guiding you 20 plus years in the trenches. This is a battlefield. You want me to be nice? You want me to be normal? No, I won't. I am here to make you rich. Making you rich makes me feel youthful. Making you rich fulfills me. This is my number one priority in life. All you have to do is study and take this seriously. So I can be real with you, okay? I will make mistakes. I will sometimes think that there's a great informational inefficiency and maybe it just will flame out and I'll cut my losses quickly. But more times than not, this stuff works. And sometimes it's a freaking home run. All the people who came to my Orlando conference just a few days ago, literally they're messaging me. They're like, how did you do that? This is amazing. This is what I've been doing for 20 plus years. It's always going to happen. Thankful that the world hates on penny stocks. I'm thankful that The stock market is closed at night. I'm thankful that the stock market is closed on weekends because that creates these timing inefficiencies that doesn't exist with Bitcoin. A lot of you guys message me, why don't I trade crypto and Bitcoin? Number one, I don't want to stay up all night. Number two, I know a lot of people who do trade it, they made a lot of money, but now they're crackheads because they stayed up all night. And then number three, it sucks because Bitcoin is actually down 70% off its highs. So you stay up all night, you get addicted to crack, and then you lose 70% of your money. Doesn't sound like a good niche to me, but God bless you. If you want to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, enjoy. I'm gonna stick with my informational inefficiencies. Even when there's no hot sector, any single night, this can happen with any company in any sector. And I only trade US stocks. I've heard this strategy works in international markets. Again, there's only so much time that I have. I'm already overwhelmed with students. A lot of you guys are gonna message me because of this video. You're gonna be like, wow, something about your madness really spoke to me. Maybe you're just as crazy as me. Maybe I'll get a few murderers. I don't know. I don't like blood. Please, no violence. But if you do get inspired to learn, take this seriously because it will happen again. And if this isn't for you, send it to a friend, send it to your family member and be like, look at this crazy millionaire. I don't mind. I have thick skin. I've been on 7 reality shows. Every single one of them made me look like an ass. I don't care because it got the word out about my strategy. In fact, my first millionaire student, Michael Good, was also my first online hater. Click another link below. He wrote a blog post that said, Timothy Sykes is full of BS. But he gave me a chance. I went back and forth in the comments. He learned my strategy. He's now made over $2 million. If you can turn your haters and your critics into millionaires, then you have something special. And whether you study for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, you will eventually see that this is real. Just give me some time because a lot of you guys message me and you're like, okay, you have 1 week to prove yourself. I don't know when the next informational inefficiency is going to happen. I'm waiting. I'm sitting here waiting every single day. I'm traveling. I'm always looking at my laptop. Even when I travel, you don't have to worry about that. I take no days off. But I can't predict when the next one is going to be. All I can do is guarantee you that I'm going to be prepared. And I guarantee you that I'm going to prepare you. So give me your time, give me your dedication, and give me a chance. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think about my informational inefficiencies. If you love them, remember those 4 words. I love informational inefficiencies because I love them because they made me rich and they made my top students rich. I haven't even mentioned that my top student has made more than me. He's made over $8 million. I'm not here to brag. I'm here to teach, okay? So please, give me a chance. Congratulations if you already understand this. Congratulations if I've entertained you. This is more useful than Fortnite or Netflix or anything else where you just entertain yourself and live a crappy life where too many people message me and they're like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend because my weekdays suck because I have a job that I hate or I'm inundated with school debt. You can live a better life. It starts with getting rich. It starts with money. And then you can buy your freedom. I'm sorry, that's the way the world works. Too many people live a life that they don't want to live. They have bills, they have responsibilities. They look at me and they say, wow, that's great for you, but that's not for me. I am not special. I am not that smart. I'm not that great at math. I'm just a guy who looks at patterns and screams at my laptop. And in this case, I'm screaming at this video. This is what I do. I've been profiting off this strategy more times than not for over 20 years. I've been teaching it for over 10 years. But hopefully, when I do a video like this, you can actually say, wait a minute, I'm going to give this a chance. Because I don't know what works, okay? I teach short selling too. You can actually make money when these scams collapse. But that's a whole nother story. I don't have any more energy for that. I'm going to go take a nap. But this video should change your life if you take this seriously enough. You have more than enough free links below this video, so you have no excuse. You could be broke. You could be homeless. I'm hitting lights. It doesn't matter. Her pants hands are falling off! I can say whatever I want. That's the beautiful thing about being real. And I want you to have that freedom too. So, one more instruction. I know I've said it a few times, but I teach some of the dumbest people in the world, so I know that you need it repeated a few times. Leave a comment below. I love informational inefficiencies. If you can do that, Number one, that means that you're literate. Good for you. Number two, it means that you follow instructions. And number three, if you actually understand what that means, you can personally profit off these inefficiencies too. And sometimes you make 200, sometimes you make 4,000, sometimes you make 100,000. Depends on your experience level, and as you get more experience and more confident in the strategy, you can bet bigger later on. I encourage you to start small. Okay, if you think, oh wow, Tim, I'm really into this, I want to put in $50,000 right now. No, put in 5,000. Put in 1/10 of what you think. Because I didn't bring up my top student who's made over $8.5 million. He made nothing for 9 months. So I can guarantee you that if my top student makes nothing for the first 9 months, guess how you're gonna do? You'll probably make nothing too, as you're learning. It's not just about money in the short term. This is about what can you do today, what can you do this week, this month, this year to put yourself in the best position 3, 5, 10 years from now. That's the beauty of education. That's the beauty of being real. It doesn't matter if there's a bull market. It doesn't matter if it's a bear market. It doesn't matter if I'm trading oil stocks. It doesn't matter if I'm trading artificial intelligence. It doesn't matter what I trade. This informational inefficiency will happen again and again. I will be prepared. Will you be? I don't know. Leave a comment below. I love informational inefficiencies. Send this to somebody who wants to commit me to a mental hospital. Let this be exhibit A, B, and C. I'll take one for the team. I'll pretend to be Jim Carrey and Batman. I am Batman! It doesn't matter. When you have money, you have freedom. I'll buy the mental hospital that you try to commit me to. And I'll teach you anyways. Hey, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.